Hey everybody, it's me, Dr. Kyle, aka Dr. Vulcan Wolverine. I'm gonna try and make this video for BitChute and YouTube, but I just want to make it short, guys. I hope everybody's hanging in there. Just prepare, prepare spiritually, prepare with I'd say 3 to 6 months of food because inflation's going up anyway. So I've got to get some food. I got to kind of get out in front of the food thing. Um, I've got some ideas and some things that I wanted to put up. Whew, I'm making headway. I'm making headway with biometrics, like the body area network in my body, but it's not stopping it. And my attackers are like kind of getting to where they're like annoyed with me trying to move forward, and it's still pretty bad. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to read what I'm going to read to my orthopedic surgeon. I'm going to go see him again soon. He knows I have biometric devices. I mean, he's an orthopedic surgeon. And I have very, very obvious lead scars on my clavicle and my legs and my stomach. But he doesn't, doctors don't want to touch this thing in America because it's like there's money in it, and I think it's preempted, like even before you go. But let me read what I wrote. It's kind of short, and I'm gonna go in and read it, and then I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say afterwards. I don't know. Like I'm trying to stay hopeful. I know all of y'all are too. We just kind of the system right now is they have to make everything terrible to get their new world order. Everything has to be bad and nothing can work and starve us and everything like that for the new world order to come in, because they have to come in and say, well, we've got a solution, and then make things worse again. But let me read this to you guys. This is what I'm going to read to my orthopedic surgeon. I needed to write it down because I get in there and then you want to be appropriate, right? And then I have doctors they try and kind of push me out. They don't want to hear about it, because if they hear about it, it's like what's it called? It's they have a responsibility to maybe do something about it, so they want to hear as little as possible about any of this stuff. Okay, let me just read it. Let me read it real quick. This will be a quick one, and then I'll make a video after the appointment and let y'all know. I'm not too hopeful on him helping me. I need help because this is the bottom line. The bottom line is that, I have a body area network in my body, clavicles down the stomach, down to the legs, back up, right? I just don't. I have so many lead scars and leads, and then those places they're pushing EMF through the body. It gets irritated in those places, and I'm like, where is the pumper? Where is the thing that's pumping EMF? The lead scars denote and they're evidence of a vagus nerve pulse generator or a biometric device, right? But I'm just not definitely sure. It's like up along the clavicle or under my sternum up here, but then down there, right? And I've said this ad nauseum. It's murder. This is murder. Like like lately for me, speaking out again, coming back and doing video, I'm getting targeted harder. And it's almost like if I don't get, this is what I was telling a targeted individual friend, the more that we stay away from authority figures and we don't get other people in the mix, it's like my attackers feel more bold, and it's like doing things to me in my sleep and wanting to kind of get me off their plate, which means they want to terminate me. They want to end my life. My body's really tired from decades of torture, right? Especially from 2011, the overt stuff till now. I'm beyond exhausted. I was exhausted like when I made the video like 2 years into it, where I was like, we're fighting for our survival, and that was like in 2013 or something like that. And now it's been what's that? It's been 9 years? It's been 9 years after that. After I was like, we're fighting for our survival, and my body couldn't even take it then. So that's well, I don't want to go into all that, but it's like you keep going, right? Even though your body can't take it, and it ends up, wearing you down, wearing your organs down, and your vitality and your brain and everything while they're doing direct stuff. I'll talk more about targeting in a later video. Um, like the details and stuff like that. Okay, let me read. So, dear doctor, and I'm not going to say his name or anything like that. Because I just don't want it to be like even, like even putting up this information. I understand that it's stupid. Like I understand you just kind of want to try and go get help, but we're at a point where it's like, and I want this to go on YouTube. So how about I don't go into that? But there's reasons why we have to speak out about this, because with the mind control coming, it's like I feel like this is the big one, right? When people are all under mind control, it's then it's like, oh, there's mind control, but then it's kind of too late, right? I don't know. We've just got to do the best we can. We've got to do the best we can. We've got to trust in Christ. Disease in society. And I want to make a video about that, but dis-ease in society completely with like everything they're giving us, everything that's coming out. And we've just got to be antibodies in Christ. And we've just got to trust in God, and the dark times are here. And if you're a good person, you'll get better and better. Like, God trusts us with this. I've gotten stronger in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, I can barely breathe. Okay, let me read this. Okay, it's some good language, and I found a petition for Havana syndrome citizens who want the same rights as the government workers. It has good language. I'll do a video on that coming up. I think I can put this on YouTube. I think what I'm reading, I'm not sure though. Let's see. Okay. I have lead scars all over my clavicle and chest and my legs. This is concrete proof that there are biometric devices that are in my body pushing EMF through those leads. I want to make sure I'm asking you for help the right way and not being disrespectful, but I'm not coming to you for help in figuring out why the pain in my body is happening, but to help me figure out specifics of what I already know 100%. I've had multiple surgeries through my childhood and later, and never ever would have thought any kind of biometric devices would be put inside of my body right under my parents and my nose. However, how things have played out and how the pain presents, there is no doubt that I have at least one biometric device implanted that produces EMF in my body, electromagnetic frequencies in my body. It's a very serious thing. The pulsing and stimulation hurts my muscles and nerves in my chest, neck, and head specifically, but really directs pain all over the body. The most concerning aspect overall is that the direct stimulation causes neural injury and pain. The directed energy rips through my autonomic nervous system in a way that is very obvious and apparent. And I put that sentence in, the directed energy rips through my autonomic nervous system in a way that is very obvious and apparent because, they want to pin mental illness on us, and it's like, almost if you're getting shot and you're bleeding out, you've got to prove that your blood is coming out or it's just mental illness. It's just your fault as an individual. Because that's what we've done. That's what they're doing is a big top down. They're doing all these globalists, like torturing a bunch of people and stuff like that, and then blaming the individual. So huge global mandates of vicious death, but then like it's your fault as an individual. That's the scheme of things, in society. So I want it to do that. When I place heavy magnets on my left foot, it tones down the pain that seems to travel through my body. This shows me that the biometric device is producing EMF that travels along my vagus nerve down to my foot and into the body in any spot, including signals to the brain. It is more than concerning. It is mutilation and murder to my body and brain. I need help. I need help from a doctor to get better imaging on the spots in my body that I suspect the biometric devices are. I'm sure you've heard about Havana syndrome and the people that are getting financial and medical help from the government because of directed energy weapon injuries from being hit. I don't think any doctor should be at a complete loss about biometric devices and directed energy injuries. And I think this is obvious. I think that it's a protocol where doctors, some of them don't know what's going on, some of them help cover it up, blah, 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 blah. and the other stuff that's going on in society that's way more on top of the surface and obvious, right? Which I'm not going to mention because I do want to kind of put this on YouTube too. So I have been directed to psychiatric services in the past and have tried to utilize the tools they have given me to relieve the trauma, but it does not help the core issue of being stimulated and injured by EMF being directed through my body and up to the brain. It is obvious and apparent injury, and I would use the word torture. I would not even hesitate to use the term murder due to the injury and pain cage that this pain cage, like a cage of pain, that this torture causes to the body. I need to stress this. I am tortured in my sleep, and this includes neurological torture, which in my wildest imagination I would never think could ever exist. So, and then after that, I wait to see what he says, maybe talk to him about a few things, but the main bottom line is that if he's like refuses to help me and is going to push me out the door again, then I'm going to say, well, okay, if you don't want to help me, then I want a list of orthopedic surgeons in Baton Rouge, in the area, that would take Medicare, and then I'm going to go get a second opinion, a third opinion. And my goal here, because I think that we all know, right, like, you know, I was talking to a target individual friend, I was like, you know, if we had the money, the right move would be to go to Spain, get MRI workups, and then get them to take it out in another country, because they don't care about, you know, all the things that are being covered up in our country. But I don't have enough money to do that, and I think that every time I go in and see a doctor or something, it kind of gets people involved that my attackers don't want involved, and it gets them to have to work to like have to cover it up. And certain things, this doctor might be able to help me on the back end or something like that. I'm not sure what he'll say to my face, but the lead scars are so obvious. An orthopedic surgeon would see them immediately. And he like kind of he just didn't look last time, and he kind of gaslit me, because I think that also I have a record, I have a mental illness record, right, from when I tried to go get help in the beginning, and so he has that on their shared system, and so when I come in and talk about this, he's looking at that, and he ain't even gonna you know, help me with any kind of pain or anything like that. You don't get help from doctors with anything once you're put on the targeted individual, you're mentally ill. Doctors won't like, oh, you want some physical therapy or something, you know. So soon I'm going in to see him, and I'm going to read this. You know, we've got to keep fighting. It's a joke. Like, I mean, I'm surviving, and but I guess I should just be thankful to be alive. Like, I have made some headway, and it's not, and like my brain works a little bit better. I feel a little bit more like myself, but my attackers are still on me. They still are able to cause pain, you know, but I've had some positive stuff, so I need to be thankful to God. I need to be thankful to God that He's given me strength to get through this. And these are the times that we're in. It didn't just happen. It was very manipulated. Our society was very manipulated to get to this ugly spot that we're in. But please pray for me, y'all. Please pray for me. You know, that I can get something pushed forward on this medical stuff. Because then I can maybe do more. I can maybe be I can be out of my attacker's power a lot more, right? You want to get out of their power as much as you can, out of their control as much as you can. Treat the pain and some things like a disease, right? Because basically they are human beings that are a disease, right? But I'll let y'all know. What happens when I go see him. It's hard for me to be hopeful. Like, I'm a hopeful, glass half full type of guy. That's how I was raised. That's how, like, I naturally am. But this stuff, being murdered every day, and then people like completely covering it up and stuff and not helping us, it has taken the wind out of my sails a little bit. I'm getting the wind back up. Let's have that metaphor. This stuff, all this evil stuff, is taking the wind out of our sails, we just need to raise those sales back up again. We just got to get back up. There's so many beautiful people in the world that are so great. They're hurting bad. You know, we've just got to try and help each other as much as we can. I got some like good wording on a petition, and then I've got a really good idea. My attackers make things so hard. I made that last video. I made a video on BitChute. So if you're seeing this on YouTube, I haven't been on YouTube for a while because I've been over on BitChute, and then I kind of took a month off. I was gonna quit because it's just the torture mixed in with all this and how long I've been doing it. It's like maybe I should. Well, it was just kind of like Pepper was sick, and I was like, you know, I've kind of just gotta, but I don't know, you know, I'm putting out when God speaks to my heart to put things out, and when I'm moving forward and putting stuff out, we've got to. It's not great because like all of y'all's attackers who are on y'all see this video, they can help my attackers out. Putting information out about like what I'm going to do at the doctor, making me a less of a chance of getting help from him. But I don't see any other way to do it except speak about it. Because if we're just, if we're all individually just trying to correct our situation, it's gonna saturate. But on the well, I'll talk about this stuff. I'll talk about it on another video. I've got some things that I want to talk about like legally and what I think that they wouldn't even try and stop, some things that could help us. Okay, yeah, I'm really tired. They're doing something in my sleep. The sleep is where they get me the most. Like when I'm up and I got the magnet like right on my chest, but they were making this part like over here, like right in there. It really hurts, and I was like moving the magnet over and stuff like that. So I've got, and this is a PICC line was put over here after the PICC line in the middle screwed up or something like that. So they ended up doing 2 PICC lines, and that's where I have a big like a connection. There's a connection along the clavicle, but also in my chest. Like so I got leads, but I've got either 1 or 2 things pumping in a body area network around my clavicle and chest. I'm just not sure where the pumpers are, right? I can gauge. I mean, I think it's here on the chest, but then they're like making this hurt, and I'm like, this is what I say. I'm like, are they squeezing this through? Because it comes through the side of the chest over to here. That's how this travels, right there, and then they bring it down to the leg and then back up to my head over here. And they do some stuff on the other side, but the other side's like not nearly as bad. And so I'm like, well, are they squeezing it through the place where I've got the magnet over and they're just squeezing a little bit through, or is there another thing here, right? So it's like impossible. It's impossible to know, but like I figured things out, and I've gotten to the places where it makes me feel a lot better, and then I really need a doctor's help to be like, I've got leads connected to you know, something that a biometric device that produces EMF inside of my body. The leads are evidence of that. They wouldn't have just put leads, even they wouldn't have put leads even if I was like, oh, we're going to attack him with microwaves through the vestibular system and we'll have leads in his body. When you have leads in your body, you definitely have some kind of like a vagus nerve pulse generator or biometric device, right? So I've got a body area network. When everybody's talking about body area networks, I never really thought that had anything to do with me, but I've got like a body area network of my clavicles, and it goes down my chest, and then my stomach where it was cut open. I've got some nodes on there that I'm kind of concerned about. Are those running through? But I don't know if it's like EMF producers or like EMF pumping things, or do things just travel through those nodes as the body area network? I don't know what I'm dealing with, right? And a lot of doctors who have never illegally put this stuff into people, they don't know how it's even done either, I would suspect. But I'm gonna go in. It's hard because I just want to like go to the doctor and he, you know, not be inappropriate or insulting. And sometimes I end up like, hey, well, I've got some pain, some stimulation, and they're like, hey, why don't you take some Pepto-Bismol? I'm like, I didn't say anything about gastric acid, I don't know what that's about. It's weird though, because the device, or the biometric device, it seems to be like in the center, or even if it's over here, it seems to aggravate the esophagus and make me burp a lot. So I mean, that's a weird coincidence, and I didn't say anything about that, but they're all offering me Pepto-Bismol. It's open secrets, right? Only the person that it's being done to can't know. You can have dental assistants and dentists and gang stalkers, and the whole world can know what you got in your body, but you and your family. That's a great way to do it, I think. You know, the innocent people who are filled up with biometric devices. You have all these doctors and stuff knowing about it, but not helping or anything like that. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna stop, guys, because I'm not in a good talkative mood today. My attackers are razzing me. And I have that other report, so I'll do another video on that. And I think I can go ahead. I think I can put this up on BitChute and YouTube. But if you're seeing this on YouTube and you're like, "Where's Kyle?" It's great to see you again. I'm like over on BitChute, just BitChute, Vulcan Wolverine. I might do Rumble channel. Depends on how things go and how my energy levels are, and how much I can get more control away from my attackers, right? Which they're serious people. You know, these are serious contractors. The people on me, the human operators, you know, they have military training and everything like that. The guy is like, we got to finish him off. He's saying he's like, I'm tired. And this is chatterbox too, but it's stuff they've said before. He's like, I'm tired. I want to finish this. So he's saying he's tired. He wants to finish off my family, because they've got contractors like hitting my family, my mom, my dad with microwaves. He's tired. He wants to get me finished off and help ruin my family, and then he can get his money and kind of go away in peace, right? But not until I'm dead. So he needs to put me away, and they can't, like, I mean, even if you just go to a mental institution or jail or something, they're still going to target you. Complete insanity. I'd like to just say once again, we live in an illegitimate society. On your left is the airport. Like, I'm your pilot today, and I just want to say that all of society is illegitimate completely. We are in a war, but we have not been told. That wasn't that funny. I love you guys. I can't think of anything right now. I'm like just, you know, it's better. It's like I have to have the magnet on the exact spot. Like if it's, they'll squeeze stuff through, and it's like it's messed up. Whatever biometric stuff is in my body, it's messed up for good. But it still can really hurt the muscles. It can't do exactly what it was doing before, but it can hurt the muscles. And I am afraid that I have external stuff in addition to this. But if I can get this cleaned up, you know, things within my body that were making it so intense, then Dave Case's CD and those type of things for the external hits, it's like nothing. The external hits are like nothing if I don't have biometric devices inside my body. And that's not, I'm not trying to say that to insult anybody who's like, doesn't think they have biometric devices and your targeting is freaking horrible, because there's so many ways that they do this stuff. I'm just saying, in my situation, if I could do away with the biometric devices, the body area network, like make sure that's not working. But then you got the thing, you remember how I said, like, even if they're doing like external to my vestibular system, they can still use these leads inside of my body that were made for the biometric device. How illegal is this stuff? I just want to go ahead and say that. How illegal is this crap? And how many pieces of filth do they get to gang stalk and actually give money to? And us, we're good, and we would do good stuff inside. They've made these situations into like just huge F-ups. It's on purpose. Like, it's completely on purpose, to make our society bad, to torture and kill intellectuals and do those types of things, because we're going into that society. And once again, I'm not trying to scare anybody, because even at the worst of this and being murdered and it doesn't stop, I found strength in Christ and hope and faith and good people and miracles, and there's more good to come. And I do not think that these ugly people at the top right? The cabal, they have this plan to kind of mind control everybody, and it's a crazy, delusional kind of serial killer's wet dream of what to do with the human species, and I don't think it's going to work out the way that they think. I think people are just going to kind of switch up and pull away and start using other things for value and things like that. It's going to be a big, huge change, though, and there's going to be a time, you know, in the remnants, right? The remnants of Christ before he comes back, we're going to be creating whole new systems away from them, hopefully. But we're going to have to fight, you know. Honestly, I don't know what's going to come. I'm so focused on just like, wow, I'm being murdered and I've got to handle this. I try and kind of watch what's going on in the world without letting it depress me too much. And then just handle this and stay up as much as I can, right? Staying like really positive with as high of energy as I can get. Oh, I got a shirt. I should have worn it. I was gonna wear it like over the magnet, but it's a like black sock, so it's not that bad. Which I should have done for the small one. I should have put black socks on them, but the black socks are thicker, and I wanted to do the white socks so it was a thinner a thinner cloth around the magnet so it would be closer up to whatever it was hitting. But it looks dirty. Like the white socks are kind of getting dirty because I put it by my feet. But check this out. Positive energy. I think I'm gonna wear this tomorrow. I think I'm gonna wear this to the. I mean, when I go see him. When I go see him. Might not be tomorrow. Might not be tomorrow. Okay. I think that's it, guys. I'm worn out. I'm way past worn out. I like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. I felt very as a good person who is punished for trying to help people. They said in that show, I think I said it on a BitChute video, but they say in the show the Sith are like the Jedi will hunt themselves, and that's my big problem because like I'll just be honest, like, and this isn't gonna like deter me or stop me because it's different. It's bad in a different way, but it was like not as intense. When I stopped making videos, my attackers weren't as intense with things, but it's like it was worse because I want it to help. I need to speak out because this is like bad stuff that we can't wait on, right? You know, I know sometimes I'm like, we can't wait on this stuff, but then sometimes I'm like, people have to catch up a little bit and realize we're not waiting on brain chips. Everybody's already got stuff in them, and there's mass mind control going on globally. You know, I'm like, people need to kind of move along and figure that out. You know, because it's like a priority thing. Like it's why everything's going pretty crazy. You could take the directed energy weapons off of people's brains and nervous systems, and you wouldn't have as much violence or problems and things that people are like, why are all these people going mentally ill? And it's not that. People aren't just going mentally ill. Environments are completely sick, and then they're using direct torture and mind control to make people feel crazy in these sick environments, right? You can look at the way that societies run and you can know that the things that the leaders, our leaders are trying to do, and I'm talking about even your country's leaders, but global leaders, it's all poison. Like the things that they're doing now, and the reason why is they can't have anything that's successful and that works or people that make sense because everything's got to go to shit so they can go, our new world order is going to fix all that, right? And then that's going to be horrifying because they're doing a lot of Depop and stuff with that. I hope that, you know, I hope I give y'all strength, like, because God is with us. We have a creator that loves us, and, you know, I don't know his plan with this, but he's above evil. He's above, his strength is above the evil that seems so powerful on this earth, right? Satan. His power is so much stronger. But here we are, and you know, it's above my pay grade, right? You know, why God is allowing the suffering and everything, and I've just got to trust in him and find my strength and help people as much as I can. And I think that's what we all got to do. Be an antibody. We are in a globe of dis-ease. And they are trying to create dis-ease, and that's a good word because everybody's uneasy, and it's real disease. And I don't want to go into the stuff that maybe YouTube wouldn't like, because I want to go ahead and put up what I wrote to my doctor on YouTube. I love you guys. If you haven't checked out my BitChute channel, just Vulcan Wolverine on BitChute. I'll try and put those. I think I forgot to put up the last one on Twitter, but I try and put those up on Twitter. And then I was thinking about Rumble, but I get jacked up by my attackers because I got some good ideas and stuff like that. I'm sure a lot of you guys, you target individual men and women who, like, you're smart and you speak out and you get, like, just blasted, and it's like, oh my God, like, I can't. I gotta be able to survive, so I can't speak out right now, so I can help people later. It's a horrifying thing, and for me, it's like I get screwed whether I'm putting information out, because then I get tortured worse, and like everything's harder, or if I'm not speaking out, I'm like I gotta speak out about this stuff, because like children are being hurt. I was a child when I was when I had the biometric device. I wonder if those words are going to be censored by YouTube. I guess we need to see. I think it's been 90 days, so I don't think I'll lose my channel on YouTube, but I might get a strike, because it seems like some of these, like, I don't want to say the word implant, but I think that's a word that I got censored on YouTube before. Okay, I'll shut up. I love you guys. God protect you and your families in the name of Jesus Christ. Prepare in spirit. Let's ascend. Let's just, warriors in Christ, antibodies in Christ, rise above this stuff. I find that when, well, I'll go into that on another one. I'll go into that on another, because there's some ways that I kind of tweak my own perception, and I feel a lot more free in this. And then when I have my perception one way, I feel so chained and like I just lost everything, right? Y'all have heard me talk about some of that. Okay, guys, I love y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.